Hello, welcome to Cardboard and Plastic. Today's video, I have a SGC Slab reveal. So I have the football cards in front of me there. I got some basketball and over here some baseball. I did the 30 card order and it was the 70s and 80s special. So I'm going to go ahead and reveal some of the slabs I have. So the first card was a 1977 Topps Dave Casper. And I thought that this card was going to get about a 7. The centering was the main flaw. So the reveal. Ooh, an SGC 8. Let's go. This card is now worth a lot more money. So, great. We're beginning off great here. We'll do the next card. I have another Hall of Fame rookie, 1977 Topps Mike Webster. And this one I thought was going to get a 6.5. So here we go. And the grade is, ooh, a 7.5. A grade higher again. Man, I'm going to be rich after this order. So, okay, I'll stop there. I was going to do an April Fool's thing and just do my whole entire reveal like that. I think some people might have turned off, so I'm going to show you the cards. I'm really not going to go into detail of how they graded. Now, I will say this in the beginning. This order was a little bit more generous than what I've had in the past. Now, the cards I graded, the reason I graded them, and I'll be transparent about this, is I was trying to sell these cards, but nobody was looking on eBay, right? It was between like $5 and $15 a piece. And so SGC had their special. I'm like, you know what? I want to try. These are doubles. Some of these cards, and some of these are just graded because I got like 30 together. And I tried to be very careful when I grade, and you'll see in this order that I got nothing below a 6. Now, my PSA order, I was getting 5s for my last one, right? So they damaged my cards. There's nowhere. I don't miss that many things. Maybe I miss like one surface wrinkle, but I'm very careful. So this order, I just basically graded to try to sell these cards. And now, I mean, I'm listing these on eBay, and I list them basically at the best buy it now. And I kind of just let them sit for a little bit. I put an offer, and these things typically will sell. And when I do that, though, right, I'm actually having people watch some of these cards right now. And they weren't even like looking at the raw versions. So I'm just going to go through and kind of show you the cards. And this channel is getting a big upgrade. Look what I got. I got some, and I bought these. I mean, they were $6 for like 32 of them. So I got some little stands for the cards. So this channel is really taking off right now. So I'll put a couple of these out here. And I'll just like some of the highlight cards I'll put out. And when I graded all these cards, I'm just telling you, I just looked through them. And a lot of these were clean. They were sharp. But the biggest issues, and you'll see, were centering. Right? And I think the person there that graded these, the reason they may have gave these things higher grades, a lot of people when they have these specials, they grade crap, right? So probably like a lot of these bulk graders were just like, oh, this is garbage, garbage, garbage. And then I send them an order where there's no creases on the cards, and they're like, wow, this is great. And most of these cards were half a grade to a grade higher than I expected. some even a little bit more than that. The last order for SGC was like half a grade harsher than what I expect, right? So I made a video like plus or minus a grade. That's what we are right now with grading. So the first card I have, and we'll start with some football. This 1978 Topps John Stallworth, and again, I am a Hall of Fame rookie collector. And this one I am keeping, and I am going to upgrade. Well, I have a PSA 9, right? So this card is going to be staying in my collection. The PSA 9 I am selling. That card is going for like $140 right now, right? So let's go ahead and be able to see the cards here. Another 1977 card. This is a Mike Webster, Hall of Fame rookie. And that card, you could tell by the centering, right? The card is, they're all sharp. They have beautiful surfaces, beautiful colors, right? And that's why I pick out the cards I do, especially when I get a good deal on them. This card, I mean, the centering is not great, but this is what I'm going to keep for my PC until I can upgrade. And you probably saw like a lot of these cards I had before. The Mel Blanc. $1975 Topps. Beautiful card. And I'm going to basically just, like the cards in the background there, I'll just keep on switching those out. But this card I'm keeping. This one I got for like $4. And this is rare to have the centering. So this is, I love this card. Some of these 1973 Topps, like the horizontal cards, are just fantastic. '70 Topps Bart Starr. And a lot of these, too, I just graded. This was really nice. A lot of these, like Kellogg's, they get cracked over time. Looks great in the holder. And that was the football that I graded. Let's see. Some of the basketball I graded. Bernard King rookie. Here's another 1974 Topps Ray Guy. The last order I had, this was like, I got a 6.5 and I expected like a 7. And this one I expected like a 6.5 and then I got a 7, right? So just like this is just like a great different from my previous one. Rudy T, I guess this is considered his rookie card there. Now, this card, and this is the #1 in the set for the 1986-87 Flair stickers, and you can take a look at the pop reports. This is what happens to like 50% of them. This card got the minimum size not met, and it's a beautiful card, and I kind of knew that going into grading it, and so I'm just going to keep it with, I'm trying to put this Flair sticker set together. I have a lot of them, and I have some of the big cards. I'm missing the, what's that, the Jordan. Maybe I'll get that down the road. It's actually coming down in price. It's not that bad compared to what it was. Let's see, which one should I take down? So I'll put another card up here. This card I graded, and these are the same price. It was $12, so did get a 7.5. I mean, the centering of this card is notoriously pretty bad for the Pistol Pete, for the Icy Bear. Beautiful surface and picture on that card. Now, the thing is those are not considered oversized cards, right? So if they ever do have a special, right, for like some of like the Topps Giants cards they have, some of the like 1969, 70, 70, 71 basketball, right? All those tall boys, they cost the same price. It's not until you get over a certain size that they charge you for what they call an oversized card. So the majority of what I have left for you to show here is a lot of just baseball. And some of these, I mean, just, it was $12 a grade. I sent them off all together anyway. I was like, you know what? I'll try to sell some of them. They all look nice. This right here is the Topps Tiffany, the Nolan Ryan. And that one looks beautiful. And just like the thing is, I'm going to keep some. I'm going to sell the majority. And like one I am going to sell is this guy. It's a beautiful card. I mean, it was perfect except for that ugly fisheye. So I'll probably just sell that one. Another Topps Tiffany, Tom Seaver. This card looked gorgeous, and I mean, it's a $1 card that I got from ComC. I was trying to sell it for like $3-4, and now it's probably going to be pretty easy to sell between $30 and $40. And that's kind of grating. And I mean, I can kind of understand it for some people. People just don't want to go and buy raw cards now, right? They want them to be in frames. They want to enjoy them that way. And when they look at cards, all they do is they just look at the graded cards that they want to buy. And like for me, I kind of like to just buy the cards ungraded and then look at them and then kind of decide, like, is it worthy to be graded or not? I mean, these cards were gorgeous, and these are very, people don't like them. They don't even grade them, the O-Peachies. So that's a beautiful Tom Seaver, 1971 O-Peachy. And this one, for the Nolan Ryan, got a great grade. So that one, I'm probably going to try to sell these. I mean, I got these for like a few bucks a piece. I think that one I paid like $10 for. And I mean, I'll definitely like, they're out there. I could always get other ones. So that's Mike Schmidt, the same one. And by the way, I got that all three from the same seller, right? So when things pop up like that, and by the way, I might go back to that seller and buy more of them because their cards were just beautifully, right? Just right out of packs. They kept great care of them. This card definitely got a much higher grade than I thought. And it got an 8.5. I mean, this person that graded the cards, like some of the ones that are off center, they just gave it a grade higher than it should have. All right. There's a couple too that had like centering that it was slanted a little bit, and they should have deducted more points for that. I mean, here's a card that I got for $1 off of ComC, and right, I tried to sell it for like $5. I was like, yeah, this is really nice. It is really nice. And now it's going to be easy to sell. This card, I had a PSA, got an 8. This one deserved a 7. There was like a little like indent like over here, but presents well. And the person that had it just cut it out really nicely for these hand cut cards. And that is basically his rookie year. Reggie Jackson, 1975. And these are two cards that I got for $10 a piece. And I mean, now they added quite a bit of value. So this is the 1974. I can't even focus. Got too many cards in the background. Order too big. That's the 1974 Reggie Jackson. And I got a 7. And I got a beautiful 8. And the 8 is nicer. I think I'm going to keep the 8. And then I'm going to just sell the 7. I do have some player runs I'm working on. Sometimes, though, I'm just going to put these things in binders. And, I mean, this card, really pretty. The Yogi Berra Manager card. Got a couple of 1971s. And both of these Tom Seavers, I think I had them between like $12 and $15 a piece, with free shipping, with the eBay ESE, the standard envelope. Nobody even looked at them. Now, with a 6 and a 6.5 with these two, definitely will be much easier to get rid of. I already have like another, I think it's a CGC. I got like a 7, I believe, 6.57. And what I'm going to do is look at all 3 of them. I'll just keep the nicest one. Now, this card, I thought was going to get like between a 6 and like a 6.5. Because of like the corner down there, a couple of issues, but it's really nice. It's really clean. It's the O-Pee-Chee version of the Tony Oliva. And by the way, this is really strange. When I actually looked on SGC, I believe this is the first one they ever graded. So, that card, definitely going to keep it. I'm kind of unsure of how I like the 1971s with the black insert. It kind of doesn't make the card stand out. Like some of that, I mean, I actually prefer the way that CGC looks with that. So again, this order was really just a way for me to grade, and with shipping and everything and all the grading, it's cost me $400 for 30 cards. And I'm just going to take these cards and I'm going to just kind of unload them to get into some other cards. I went to a card show and it was basically a Pokemon show in the Central Valley of California. My daughter had a great time because that's what she collects. But I looked and there was like 4 or 5 like tables that had like anything vintage. And like there was one table that was pretty nice. I talked to the guy for a little bit and really of like, do you have any pre-war? He goes, yeah, I have pre-war, but I'm keeping all of it. So I was like, probably a smart thing. And then, couple of other dealers, like it was just pretty pathetic. But yeah, my daughter with Pokemon, she actually picked up a card and she was kind of like, she was looking for like an EV card, like a specific one, and it was being sold for like $72 to $75 at every single table, not graded. And then she saw a PSA 9 one for $80, and then the guy said, oh, I'll give it to you for $70, and she's kind of puzzled about grading with that, right? She goes like, well, somebody paid $20 to grade this card, and it's worth the same or a little bit less than a raw version. And it is kind of weird with these cards, right? I mean, that's a mint card, right? It's a perfect card. She looked at it. There's nothing wrong with it. But that is what grading is, right? For the ultra modern, it's either you get a 10 or your card is worth less. It's actually easier to sell. You crack it out and sell 9s, right? And probably people can make money doing that, right? You get a card that's really nice, that's a 9, you crack it out, you don't see any visible flaws, you can sell it raw for more than it is inside the case. So, in the comments below, let me know if you took advantage of this 1970s, 80s special. SGC is ending it. It took them quite a bit of time to actually get through my order. Usually they're like within a week. This one took about a month. So we'll see what happens with SGC. If they keep on doing this and keep the times about a month, I don't like that. I used to like the 1 week turnaround. It was awesome. So again, thank you for watching. And as always, have a great day. Keep on collecting.